Welcome back. My name is Andy Melendrez, and I'm your Ward 2 City Council member and also the host of Shop Local, Shop Small, Riverside. Thank you for joining us today. And today we have a special guest. His name is Corey Williams, and he's the Public Information Officer with the Office of Disaster Assistance that deals specifically with small businesses. And he's here to provide us information, a little bit of information on the $2 trillion monies that were being discussed in Washington, D.C. Mr. Williams, thank you for joining us today. And how are things going for you?
Oh, thank you so much, Council Member Melendrez, for allowing me to be on the to be your guest today. Shop local, shop smart. We always encourage that. Things are going very well today. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Again, we're doing the social distancing and doing all the stuff that we need to do. But, one of the things that has been very interesting is what Washington, D.C. is doing right now. We talked about this $2 trillion measure that was being discussed. Tell us a little bit about that. And has it been approved, or are they still working on this?
That's an outstanding stimulus package right now that just passed through the Senate yesterday with a 96-0 vote, as President Trump so boldly bragged on his social media portal. But now it still has to be passed to the House for their approval. So we're still in the preliminary stages, but I would encourage all the local businesses, any citizens in the area to also just keep contact with their local U.S. representative or their local U.S. senator to kind of keep updated on how that status, on where it sits and how it will impact them.
Great. Now, should this pass, what is its intent? What does it hope to cover?
Well, it's going to be a stimulus package to not only give money directly to families and not only the family, but for those that have kids in the home. Also, it should have a stimulus package for small businesses but now again, because it's still in the preliminary stages and hasn't been officially approved, there has been some talk about it being a loan forgiveness program, which is a little bit different from our economic injury disaster loan program as it stands currently. Because with our economic injury disaster loan program, with the U.S. Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster Assistance, we offer the loans up to $2 million for working capital, so lost rents or any kind of things that's necessary to keep the Riverside businesses in operation, payroll, lease obligations, accounts payable, whatever it takes to keep the businesses operational during this COVID-19 pandemic. That working capital is going to sustain those businesses. And one of the things we have as far as our program is that even some business owners in Riverside may only want to borrow $25,000. Well, with our loans being stretched out over a 30-year period, amortized, that's less than $100 a month. I think one of the district directors said that's approximately $92 a month. And then it's a 1-year deferment on all of our loans. So they don't have to worry about making their, business owner, nonprofit, doesn't have to worry about making a first payment till April of 2021.
Oh, my goodness. Now, that is what is being discussed right now. It hasn't been officially approved yet. Or has that been approved?
So, no,
that is something you offer now.
Yeah, that is something we're offering right now with the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program.
And tell us a little bit about the loan forgiveness program, which maybe this particular item that's being moved forward is a possible opportunity for small business as well.
Yes, that's why I really strongly encourage you to keep in contact with your local U.S. Senator, your local U.S. House Representatives, because one of the things I think that's been mentioned is that if the business is able to continue to operate the payroll to keep employees working, because the whole part of the stimulus package is to keep employees working, keep small businesses operational, that if there's a certain period of time, there may be a forgiveness. Now, again, that's a bit separate from our economic injury disaster loan program, but that would be even potentially a better benefit if approved from the House to those small businesses.
Okay, and the first one that you talked about where the small business can go in and get a longer 20-year, 30-year amortized loan for a low interest, do they have to be designated to be in the disaster area?
Another outstanding question, Councilmember Melendrez. The entire state of California, including all counties, actually with COVID-19 pandemic, this is a nationwide, all 50 states and U.S. territories, which our Field Operations Center West covers Guam, American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Every single U.S. state in our Western jurisdiction and U.S. territory has been declared for COVID-19.
Okay. Now, if individuals want more information on this, you talked about them maintaining contact with their federal legislators, but is there anything local that the individuals who have businesses in the city of Riverside, who should they call to get initial information from on what's being offered now to them?
Another outstanding question. With the U.S. Small Business Administration, we have outstanding partnerships with our small business development centers as well as district offices. Now, the one thing I will caution business owners is that with the way the businesses are set, we encourage everyone to apply online. So you can't go into the local district offices and turn in paperwork, but you can submit the documents electronically for our Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program.
Okay. All right. Any particular number? Is there a 1-800 number, or should they just go ahead and contact the local SBA office?
Yes, sir. So they can call the 800 number, which is 800-659-2955. And there they'll be connected to one of our virtual customer service representatives who will be able to walk them through not only answering all their questions, but walk them through step by step with the process. And then once they actually complete their application online, they can continue to check updated real-time status of their application throughout the entire process from the time they apply to funding.
All right, great. And do they have to be pre-approved already to get that, or is there an application process that they need to go through, or what if they're already receiving an SBA loan of some type?
You know, Councilman Melendrez, I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, anyone who has a current SBA loan, you should contact your service provider because there's a possibility that that loan could be deferred all the way through the end of 2020. So not only will it help them by getting that, then if they are approved for the SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan, that's a 1-year deferment on there. So we just want to make sure as a federal agency with the U.S. Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster Assistance that we're not only getting the money to stimulate these businesses, keep them operational, and with the business interest rates being at 3.75% fixed over 30 years, and wow, even for the nonprofits being fixed at 2.75% over 30 years, we really want to make sure we're just getting the money out to these businesses, nonprofits, small agriculture co-ops, etc.
2.75 and 3.75. Oh my goodness, nonprofits and then small. Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We will be sharing this information with the rest of our community. This is Corey Williams. He's a Public Information Officer, Office of Disaster Assistance with the Small Business Administration. Mr. Williams, thank you so much for your time and the information. I know this is going to be valuable to our community. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.